Alright, this is Hoverg, and today I'm playing Icampoy. Icampoy, Icampoy, I don't really know. Name's Silver in big Pokemon, so whatever. So he starts out with his Hippowdon, and it's putting up a Sandstream, so I know he's got a Sandstorm team, which my team is not going to be horrible against, I guess, but it's definitely not going to be good. So I use Fake Out and to get a little bit of damage on him, and he flinches, of course. Takes some damage from the sand, and I U-turn. Doesn't do much, of course, but comes back, and I send out Shuckle. I don't have much that's going to really do a ton here, so I go ahead and Toxic him, and he Stealth Rocks, which that is definitely a winning combination. Sandstorm and Stealth Rocks, you know. Every time I switch in and out, I take some damage, so definitely not hurting him. So he gets Toxic. And now he's gonna roar. Yeah, he roars, which pulls out my Muck, which is OP, and Muck really can't do much here. He's got Ice Punch, but without Curse, his attack isn't great. He can take a special hit pretty well, though, so that's good, but he's not going to be able to take much physical, and definitely not an Earthquake, which he's weak against. He doesn't take that very well at all. My Muck does have a Black Sludge to heal, so that's very nice. So I do take this Earthquake, but I thought it was dead, and might have well have been. I was down to like 50 HP, and Sandstorm, I was sure was going to kill me after that, but it doesn't, which is really nice. There's that Ice Punch, and it does some damage to him, but not enough to really even call it damage, just barely. So I take the hit from the Sandstorm, convinced I'm going down, but I actually stay up, and it's pretty good. I mean, all I could really ask him to do was take it that well. I know I'm trying to stall Hippowdon, so any move that I can get in, it's gonna help. And I go for Explosion, but he switches out to his Fortress, which takes this hit better than anything I could have done. So he takes the hit, and it does maybe a third of his health. You know, it's not very effective, and his defense is crazy high. And Sandstorm, it doesn't hurt him, of course. So I send out my Blaziken, and he takes the Stealth Rocks, and I use Fire Blast, which that's taken down Fortress. He's 4 times weak, and he uses the berry to make it only 2 times weak. But he's got no special defense, so it's still enough to take him down. And I have a Life Orb on my Blaziken, which means that it's taking a little bit of damage from that. Which means he won't be around too long with the Sandstorm and the Stealth Rocks. He's taking a lot of damage. So he sends out a Dragonite. And I couldn't really think of what he would have to kill me. He has Waterfall. So I use Hidden Power on him. Does some damage. Getting like a third. And he uses Waterfall and takes me down real easy. Wasn't really expecting it, I guess. Just bad choice on my part, I guess. And that's really all Blaziken did. The Dragonite does take damage from the Sandstorm, so that helps me. So I send out Lore again, and I go for Fake Out, but he switches, and I hit his Bronzong with Fake Out. The flinching then does nothing because it doesn't have a move this turn, and it does very little because he's resistant. and I take some sandstorm damage. So I U-turn, and I switch out, and Bronzon takes that. A little bit more damage than Fake Out, but not really. So Star Raptor comes out, and I have close combat on him, so I was gonna hit him, and I didn't think I'd take it out in one hit, but maybe two, you know, and I don't know what attacks a Bronzon really has other than Explosion. But it uses Trick Room, so it's going first now, and it actually uses Explosion, which means that my Star Raptor didn't get a chance to move and is killed. There's the Explosion, and just takes it down. All down. But the Trick Room is still in effect, so I'm thinking I got this because I know I have the slowest Pokemon on my team, which is Shuckle. He's tied with, not Snorlax, the little Snorlax, Munchlax. But unfortunately, Silver sends out his Shuckle, and his is actually slower than mine. They're both shiny, so that's pretty cool. But he Power Tricks, which means his attack is now his defense, and yeah. So I Toxic him, knowing that I'm not doing anything to a Shuckle. And the Sandstorm doesn't hit either of us. But he takes some poison damage, which, that's nice. And I heal myself with leftovers. So here I'm going for Earthquake, because I know if I can survive, I can hit it and kill it. But he has Rock Slide, which he gets Stab on, and I'm weak against. And it takes me down like nothing. And right now I'm kind of freaking out, because I don't know what to do. I don't have much that'll stand up to a Shuckle that just Power Tricked. So I'm thinking I might have to stall it out, but that's right, I've got Lore still. So Lore uses Fake Out, which goes first, and kills it. If you know about Shuckle, he's got horrible attack, so that's now his defense. So he's got no defense and no HP. So he goes down like nothing. And I take damage from Sandstorm. Now, here he's sending out his Dragonite, and that's annoying for me because I can't take it down with Lore. So I go for Hypnosis, but it misses, and Flamethrower from Dragonite. So that's a lot of damage, and Lore's not built defensively at all. It's all speed and attack. But it manages to survive with 20. And again, I think the Sandstorm's going to take me out, but it actually survives with 4 HP. Dragonite also gets hit, but big deal. So I go for Hypnosis again, but he switches out to Hippowdon, who is poisoned, so I'm not doing anything with Hypnosis. And Lore goes down. No, he's got 3 and I've got 1 Pokemon. Hippowdon I really probably couldn't have killed by itself, but he's also got his Dragonite still then, and a Metagross that he's going to throw out. And so I send out my Dragonite, and my Dragonite's, like he said, he's not doing anything for this. So I go ahead and have him dance, and it puts up his speed and attack. So I'm thinking maybe I can do some damage. But he slacks off and heals all of his health back. And he's not taking damage from Sandstorm, so that's just perfect. I go for a Dragon Claw this time, and it does nothing because he switches in his Metagross. And it does absolutely nothing. And then I'll go ahead and, after that, I'm going to Dragon Dance again, but it's not going to help because, let's face it, I'm pretty much dead at that point. Then his Metagross, of course, does Ice Punch, which kills dragons. And yeah, that's the end of the battle. And I'm going to have to call it a good game because Icampoy, Silver, whatever he is, he actually pulled off Power Trick, which is just amazing. I've never thought I'd see that, so good game.